myself. Oh no, give me that cell. Oh, I gotta go like Cobain. 8 years to the grave, gone insane. My blood got propane. How you gon' go and throw my name with shame? Already cross-faded, making it to the disco. I hate it, and you know how this goes. You framed it, picture painted in my room. This that real life shit, none of Zoom, got the scene in it.
Make sure you subscribe to JerCrispy.
What's up, y'all? It shows the most, does the most. JerCrispy, welcome back to another video. What happened to Jack Harlow's? How I feel with Jack Harlow's, he just not posting consistent music as the, you know how once you at the top, you don't post consistently and all that stuff. Like how at the bottom, you was just trying to post like a lot of music, trying to blow and stuff like that. He just taking his time, or he in a label, his label waiting on him the perfect time to drop. So it could be that.
For a period of time, Jack Harlow was one of the biggest rappers in hip-hop. With songs like What's Poppin', First Class, and Industry Baby, there's no doubt he had a crazy run in the early 2020s. But fast forward to just a few years later, and it seems like he disappeared, with no one really talking about him anymore. Most recently, he put out a single with Doja Cat that had a big music video, but it just came and went. Something that was not always the case for Jack. And I think that there are 3 main reasons for that. But to understand that, we have to go back to the beginning. Also, real quick, I have to say it. I know I'll just finally address it once and for all. I know I look like the Temu version
no, you don't.
or the many other worse things you guys have said. I had his name hidden in the comments for a while just because I saw it so much. But here's a few just to get an idea of how many there are. So yes, I get it. I sort of see it. Whatever. And now that we're finally past this, let's continue with the video. Before Jack Harlow blew up with the track What's Poppin', he did have a promising buzz in the underground rap scene. Around this time, he became friends with the comedian JerCrispy, a friendship that started well before the two found the level of success they've reached since. In an interview with Complex, the two told the story of how their friendship came to be. JerCrispy ironically first found Jack after Diddy shouted him out on Instagram. He said, "I saw Diddy post something like, 'This is the next kid, he's the one.' So I'm like, yo, Diddy doesn't even post shit like that. He'll either put himself or himself." I checked Jack's page out and I was like, yo, this song is a banger. The song JerCrispy was referring to was Jack's Through the Night with Bryson Tiller. And after listening to this, he heard the song Sundown as well, to which he said, okay, this white boy is it. Many fans point back to this era of his music as his best, because even though later on he made some way more commercially successful songs, some people say—
And that's before Diddy even did all that weird ass shit. Damn, man. Bro, stop doing all that, bro. Every time I click on something, you always gotta freaking click on it. Or every time I want to pause, you want to do some signing off the thing. I hate that.
The same with his older music having more variety and personality. But around this time in 2019 is when JerCrispy decided to hit up Jack. And at this point, Jack said he'd already been a fan of JerCrispy, following him on IG for 3 months already, and putting people onto his videos all summer. So they finally started talking and hit it off right away. And JerCrispy even offered to hop on Jack's tour as an opener.
Just a personality. I found out that he lived in the city of Atlanta at the time. Linked up with him and we hung out. Of course, we were not really known then.
Bro, what the fuck, bro? Stop. Now, just fucking all that in and out shit, bro.
And I went on tour with him. We were on a bus with like a whole bunch of people. We were showering at truck stops, just, crazy stuff. But
damn.
It just, we stuck through it and pushed through, even through all the struggles through that. And we used to have these talks on the tour bus, like, yo, when we make it, like, we're gonna go big, man. Like, we used to really like lock in, like, late at night and be like, bro, I can't wait. Like, we just had all these goals that we would talk about. And it's crazy to see both of us transcending and just going up now. It's just like wild to watch, man.
JerCrispy and Jack agree that the reason they get along so well is that they both had a very similar life goal. And while they worked in different industries, their social media overlap led to them grabbing the world's attention around the same time.
Hey, da, da.
I like this shirt is sweet, huh? It definitely is.
So that's what the meme came from?
Another funny thing is that the two were pretty competitive because neither of them said they wanted to be the broke friend. JerCrispy even said that when What's Poppin' came out, Jack shot through the roof. He had money coming in, but he was such a good friend. He would pay for shit and just be like, yo, I got it. So now that I'm where I'm at, I tell him, I got it, I can pay for it now. And their joint success even brought in business ventures together, like the unscripted Call of Duty Warzone trailer they featured in.
Dang.
There's a radio. Let me turn the radio on. That's not a radio. Relax, I got it. Yep.
The reason I bring all of this up is to point out that I really do think Jack Harlow and Drewski's relationship was huge in Jack Harlow's career. To this day, I still see clips on TikTok of the two hanging out together in all of their funny moments.
Goat vaccination spot.
What?
I guess they're trying to get political.
Yeah.
Look at this shit.
What is going on?
Why even?
That says vacation, dumbass.
Goat vacation spot. My fault. Goat vacation spot.
How the fuck? How did you read vaccination?
Oh, good.
So I've got Jack Harlow here. I just wanted to ask you one question. What is up with the fouling, and why would you say you're fouling so much out here?
You are so fine, bro.
Other than that, I'd like to ask about the game, man. You're really persistent. You're a great guy. What are you looking at?
When are we gonna talk Kyrie?
We are not going to talk about that. We
Dang.
can talk about some more questions, though.
Talk about real shit.
Ain't nobody keeping it real no more?
What are you looking for?
Nobody want to discuss the elephant?
What do you?
And Jack Harlow is a very funny guy. So much so that it got to the point where, apart from some of his more popular songs, he was mostly known for his personality, with fans saying things like, Jack Harlow is just naturally funny. He never forces any of his humor, which makes him so likable, in my opinion. Was just thinking about this. I barely know any Jack Harlow songs, but the man got my utmost respect.
Hey, Jack Harlow's that nigga. That nigga really came from the ground, bro. Hey, what y'all know about that old Jack Harlow shit? That first thing he dropped. I forgot the title of that mother. That was a slap banger.
It's because he's okay with being himself. He doesn't try to portray anything he's not. Anybody who masters that is very likable. So his personality, humor, and viral moments with Drewski were instrumental in launching his career. And another big part of his launch, aside from his social media virality, was the release of the song What's Poppin' that I mentioned earlier. This song was accompanied with a Lyrical Lemonade music video, who at the time was well known for putting artists on. The track placed top 10 in Billboard's Hot 100, led to a remix with DaBaby, Tory Lanez, and Lil Wayne, and also even got nominated for Best Rap Performance at the Grammy Awards. It basically took Jack from a popular up-and-comer with a few good songs to a mainstream artist worthy of collabs with some of the biggest names in the genre, and it even landed him a spot in the 2020 XXL freshman class. Jack Harlow was now a mainstream rapper with a ton of opportunities. He put out his debut album, That's What They All Say, which featured a song called Way Out with Big Sean that was a big success. The album debuted at number 5 on the Billboard 200 and sold 51,000 units.
Okay, Jack.
Let's see what deliciousness you'll create today. Choose cookies and cream, birthday cake, strawberry, swirled or
With artists like Eminem, Cordae, and then he did the track Industry Baby with Lil Nas X, which was another huge hit. After it was going crazy, even Kanye jumped in and said that Jack Harlow was top 5 out right now. Then he started to prepare to put his second album out, Come Home the Kids Miss You.
Oh yeah, this is a good ass album, bro. I'm gonna get the vinyl for this one. That's a
roll out with the single Nail Tech, which did fairly well. But then he put out the single First Class, which was a smash hit. The song sampled Fergie's hit song Glamorous, and it heavily relied on it. Despite the criticism of the song for overly relying on the sample, it went crazy on TikTok and blew up. Side note, this was kind of during that trend of artists sampling already super big hit songs, and then kind of not really changing them up enough to make it worthy of the sample. It was just such a lazy and boring time, but it was working, and clearly Jack was capitalizing on that. Then Jack released the album Come Home the Kids Miss You, which went crazy, especially due to the First Class song. It debuted at number 3 on the Billboard 200 and sold 113,000 copies first week. He had a Drake feature, a Lil Wayne feature, a Justin Timberlake feature, and a Pharrell feature. He just had a star-studded feature list. Jack Harlow was on top of his game and arguably at the peak of his career, but this whole time there was some sneaking criticism of Jack. Despite all of his commercial success, a lot of rap fans just weren't too fond of the pop rap records he was putting out. His album Come Home the Kids Miss You came with a lot of criticism from the greater rap community.
When Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B make wet ass pussy, they're ruining a generation of young women, they're poisoning their minds, they're destroying the youth. But when Jack Harlow makes an entire album about fucking, about womanizing, about just being a dickhead with zero substance or layers to him whatsoever. Oh, he the next Drake. And don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with this album because he got a bunch of bitches. I just can't overlook the hypocrisy. This nigga has a bar on this album talking about his semen. Some of these bars are bad, but they're worse when you put them in the context that he uses them in. Unprovoked, I like to dictate things Kim Jong. What the fuck are you talking? Am I handsome enough? Now them same girls got coke in they nostrils. Something done made the youth hostile. Maybe it's the fuel from them fossils?
Undeniably, the album was a pretty weak album from a
it's a creative thing though.
Production standpoint. Like, it was far from groundbreaking. The album also received mixed reviews from critics, but honestly the place that I saw the most hate was on Twitter, and they were pretty ruthless. In the span of just months, it went from people talking about how everyone loved Jack Harlow to every single outlet talking about how much hate he was getting online because of this album. People were saying things like, the Jack Harlow push was crazy, he received a sneaker deal, was on every magazine cover, was on every talk show, did SNL, tried to sing, and in return, he dropped a mid-album in between Future and Kendrick Lamar. You can tell the industry is pushing him very hard to be the next pop star. Jack pushes zero boundaries in his music. I don't feel like I miss anything not listening to him. I don't remember who exactly said it, but around this time, someone said that Jack Harlow just feels like a watered down.
Hey, like I said last time, man, you ain't gonna always hit on every album you make, son. Shoot, I mean, you got some missed albums, you got some good albums, you got some great albums, and you got some. It could be better, and all that. But you know, why would we listen to the internet? You got money, and I would never ever listen to nobody. All I'm gonna say, hey, just go get a job with the application in my hand.
More boring version of Drake, and honestly, I agree. His raps weren't really anything special.
Bro, stop talking about DK. What is wrong with DK, bro? Why did y'all keep mentioning DK? This nigga is not no DK. He is on flow.
The instrumentals were very Drake-esque. It was just pretty boring. It wasn't even like he made a bad album or something or did something wrong.
He did.
Just hated him because of the album being so painfully plain and boring that people were fed up. Come Home, the Kids Miss You, despite its...
Dude, because people... Y'all niggas don't do that fucking deep dive. Y'all listen to whatever everybody else said. If somebody said, oh yeah, that nigga shit was ass, you go listen to that shit and you say, that shit wasn't even ass. But let me actually agree with this nigga. You know, I don't want to be the butt of the down. I don't want to be the laugh of the butt and shit like that. You know, I'm kind of pretty scared. Like, nigga, no, make a change like MJ said. The fuck, my nigga? Like, y'all gotta stop being scared of people online. Nigga, put your opinion. Yeah, the album was good. In my part, I feel like the album was good, and I'm still gonna get a vinyl off of this bitch. I don't give a fuck. And I will play this. Shout out to Jack Harlow's, man.
Commercial success was the beginning of the end for Jack Harlow. One of the biggest criticisms of Jack Harlow around this time is that he went too pop, and I sort of agree. His music was never too underground or unique to begin with, but he definitely doubled down on the pop rap type of music to keep that commercially successful money coming in. However, I think after all of that criticism, he heard that and wanted to prove to rap fans that he still really could rap and put out some good music. So Jack Harlow got to work and began putting together his third studio album, Jackman, which interestingly enough is his first name, Jackman. I don't know, that's just a strange name to me. Normally it's like Jack or Jackson or something, but I guess. Anyway, it was somewhat of a surprise drop with not much of a rollout, and the album cover gives off a vibe of being back home as it was shot in Louisville, Kentucky, and the cover just made it seem like he was going to try to go back to his roots. And he did, as he put out a fully fledged rap album with 10 cuts featuring soulful loops and boom bap production to prove he's a real artist. On this project, Jack tried to get deep and introspective, which did...
Actually, listen to it while I play the game. Wait, what's the album actually called? Go back.
Going to try to go back to his roots. And he did, as he put out a fully fledged rap album with 10 cuts featuring soulful loops and boom bap production to prove he's a real artist. I guess. Anyway, it was somewhat of a surprise drop with not much of a rollout, and the album cover gives off a vibe of being back home.
Dude, tell me the fucking album.
Jackson or something, but I guess. Anyway, it was somewhat of a surprise.
Alright, I just do my own research. I ain't got time for this bullshit ass.
Of course, people liked it, but they didn't love it. It wasn't.
I ain't even saying the bullshit
On
ass
top of
nigga.
that, it did worse commercially because it was less poppy than his other music. So he really did miss both crowds, which resulted in less streams. The album debuted at 8 on the Billboard 200 and sold 33,000 units first week, which was weaker than both his debut and sophomore project.
8, that's
The
not
idea that
bad.
Him trying to rap and get all deep not working can be seen very clearly when right after this album came out and didn't do well, he put out another pop rap type of song called Lovin' On Me, where he sampled Whatever by Cadillac Dale. Going back to the first class style of
You
pop
loving
rap songs,
on me, baby. I'm vanilla, baby. I ain't killing, baby.
debuted at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100. This song also went crazy on TikTok, with a sample being probably the catchiest part about the song. And what's actually really funny is this song, to me at least, sounded very similar to The Motto by Drake. Just listen to like the first 2 seconds of each.
Nigga, if you and hit that nigga name one more time, bro, this might be your last time watching your videos. That's good. I hate him. DK, I'm tired of this nigga.
Song.
Take me out. Man, I don't want to hear that garbage ass shit. That garbage ass nigga out my fucking thing.
Of comments on The Motto is the drum pattern used in the track for Lovin' On Me by Jack Harlow reminded me of this song. So clearly, him and the audience knew that pop songs were what worked. After this, though, Jack Harlow has only put out 4 singles in the last 2 years, which is kind of strange. He's done a little bit of acting, but he isn't doing a ton with the momentum that he used to have when it comes to his music career, leaving many fans wondering what happened to him and leaving others to just forget about him. Jack does seem self-aware though, and even commented on the current state of his music career after Jackman on the single he put out called Tranquility. He said things like, "Every day I grow a little less accessible, less of a people pleaser, less flexible. I'm proud of what we have done, but I'm trying to be better though, because I don't really think I've made nothing incredible. A lot of hard verses and a couple regrettable. As far as big records go, yeah, I got a few of those, but I ain't done nothing indisputable." Clearly, he's heard what all of the fans have said, and he seems to have a similar perspective. He seems to think, yes, I've made some decent songs, I made the pop rap songs, I've done well commercially, got some hits, but I haven't put out an album or a project or even a single that is groundbreaking. He hasn't pushed the needle at all. And all of this brings us to his most recent single, Just Us, featuring Doja Cat. Like I said earlier, the song kind of came and went, and most of the discourse was over the music video where it looked like him and Doja were in love, which is especially noticeable or important because of this clip of the two of them on an Instagram Live a few years ago.
Ah, I see you, Doja. Come on in here. Yo.
I need to charge my phone.
I need to talk to you for a second.
My wig is coming up. All right, I gotta go. Thanks for this.
Love you. Oh, man, I've had a crush on her for months.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Doja Cat. Oh, I'm over here feeling good now.
All the comments say things like, after the filming ended, they both asked, so what are we? But the downside, of course, is that the discourse was not actually about the song. And this brings me to my third reason as to why I think he's struggling right now, at least in a musical sense. Come Home, The Kids Miss You was weak. He went a little bit too pop, and now he's not really...
Bro, you like to hate on these niggas, bro. And I be wondering to myself, you know, me listening to music and shit like that at the first. How about y'all niggas, y'all little niggas, y'all 30-year-olds, y'all late 20, 25 to 28 ass nigga go drop an album right now. I bet nobody will hear that shit, my nigga. Shut the fuck up, bro. Y'all pissing me the fuck off tonight.
Letting his personality shine through like it used to. For so long in Jack Harlow's career, he was in part carried by the fact that he was super online, doing interviews, hanging out with Drewski, doing Instagram live streams, joking on his Instagram story, and always just being silly. And now it seems like he isn't popping out and goofing around anymore like he used to. Don't get me wrong, he's still a funny guy and jokes around from time to time. Like when, last year, Drewski posted this picture that was captioned, "Never needed no PR," and Jack responded, "Or a stylist, or a trainer, or a nutritionist, hashtag self-made, hashtag independent." Jack Harlow is definitely a funny guy, which was one of the major reasons people like him, like I mentioned earlier, and emphasized with how close he was with Drewski. So without that, and with the music being sort sort of weak lately, it just seems like no one is really talking about Jack Harlow anymore. Of course, he's still super successful, and lately he's been heavily pushing his brand deal with New Balance, but on the music side of things, it's felt very mediocre as of late. Now, I'm not going to say that his music was ever groundbreaking. I mean, he wouldn't say that either, probably. One fan on the Jack Harlow subreddit said, "Why is his music getting worse?" Other fans responded saying things like, "Jackman was the best rap album I feel he's put out, but given it doesn't do any hit streaming numbers, it's likely Jack tried to switch things up as music is still a business. My issue is all 4 singles so far seem to have no connection to each other." Another said, "It's like he's pulse checking. He's releasing things that have been in his drafts and trying to see what works." That's in reference to the 4 singles he's put out because none of them have the same type of vibe. Another fan said, "I accepted after Jackman came out that we probably will never get 2017 to 2020 Jack ever again, but at least we got to experience it at all." Jack Harlow still has potential to make good music. I mean, he already has the platform. He knows what works and what doesn't. Now it's just up to him to decide what he wants to do. I also think he should get out there more like he used to. Like, I'm surprised he's never been on Kai Cenat's stream or hung out with Drewski when he was on there. I don't know. I just feel like Jack has that perfect personality for hanging out and goofing around and networking with other celebrities. That's just perfect.
Hey, if Kai doesn't not pick up Jack Harlow, I got Jack Harlow. He could come to the crib. We can make some music, vibe, tell jokes, and that's it.
Moments, but he hasn't been taking advantage of that lately. Regardless, the honesty on his verse on that Tranquility record goes to show that he knows what type of situation he's in. I'm sure he's good on money, so commercial success probably isn't a big deal, but right now his core audience is very weak and needs something desperately to latch onto, and it's up to him to figure that out, which it seems like he's kind of trying to do right now.
I feel like he's gonna drop some new shit. I'm just gonna tell you, and I think he's gonna drop some new shit. I think Jack Harlow's a guy. I think he still got it. Oh, I don't think he's not gonna be done making music. Oh, fuck no. Jack Harlow is gonna be making plenty more music. But hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow us. Social media did pop on the screen. On the road to 300. And